My name is Abhinav Sinha. I am working as a technical lead here at GFG LPU. So today we are going to discuss 2D arrays. I think you all are attended the last session, like we have discussed about arrays, searching, sorting, like this. Okay. So if you have any doubt around previous session, you can ask now. And we are going to start in 1 minute. Atos, is there my voice is echoing? Okay. Now,
Now it's fine.
okay, sure. Thank you. So should we start? Okay then. So yeah, today we are going to discuss about 2D arrays. So I think you all know. I think you all have at least heard about 2D arrays. So can anyone tell me about 2D arrays? Something about 2D arrays? Any one of you? Am I audible to all of you? It's kind of a matrix. Okay. 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 Yeah. Right. In 2 dimensions. Okay. Array of array. Okay. Right. So wait, I'm sharing my screen there. So is my screen is visible line now? Astos, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. 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 So yeah, today we are going to discuss about 2D arrays. Okay. So this is structure, this like structure. These are the rows, indexes, and there are some values like 7, 4, 8, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Random values I put it here. So when we see this array, we always that like 2D array is a matrix. But why we say it is a matrix, and how the elements are stored in the array, and how they are stored, how the like how our 2D array works internally. So we are going to discuss this first. After that, we will solve some questions. Okay. So okay, let me give me some indexes there. So there are some values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt, just put it in chat. I am watching this my second screen. Okay. See. So here we have a 2D array, and under that array we have 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay. And see like how is this internally working. So if we like when we say about 2D array, no, 2D array is nothing but a array of references where all references are pointing at 1D array. It seems confusing. Like okay, see, this is the array we have made it here, and it's at 3 columns, 3 rows, 0, 1, 2, like this, 0, 1, 2, and under that we have some arrays, 1D arrays pointing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Index is not there. Will be there. 0, 1, 2. Now what happened in 2D arrays when you initialize these rows, like when you give it a row number or column number. So when you give its row number, it will make a 1D array of size row. Like suppose you have given row number is 5. So it will make a 1D array of size 5. Under that 1D array, now you have given columns number suppose 3. So under that, for this example, suppose row number 3 and column number is also 3. So when you give row number 3, you have your you are firstly creating a 1D array of size 3. Yeah, we have created and named it array 2D. Okay, and now you have given column 3. So what what will happen is it will create a 1D array of size 3 and different locations. Like suppose it is at address 600, address 700, and it is at address 800. Now what will happen? Your original array, that is our array 2D, it will address it will store its references. Like at 0th index it will address store 600, that is the reference of 1D array that is presented address number 600. Okay, and now about our second array that is presented address number 700. Your array 2D index 1 has stored its reference 700 here. And now our array number 3 that is present at address number 800. Your array 2D has stored its reference at index number 2. So yeah, for in one word, if I have to say in one word, like what is 2D array? So I can say all rows are 1D array in 2D arrays. All rows are present in the form of 1D array in 2D array. See, this is a master array where all your references of 1D array are stored 600, 700, and 800, and all your rows are stored in different locations. Your master array is just pointing to that arrays. Okay, यहाँ तो कोई डाउट है? Okay. ठीक है, तो एक I will tell you again. So when we are trying to make our 2D array, firstly we give our row number that is suppose 3. So with the help of row number, we are making a 1D array of size 3. After that, we are giving column numbers. So when we give our column numbers, it will make 1D arrays of size of our column numbers, like 1, 2, 3. What we are given in this example, we are given 3. So it will make a 1D array of size 3. Okay, for every index of our array. But these 1D arrays are not directly stored in our array. Their references, our master array, our original 2D array, it will store the references of our 1D array at its every index. Okay, so this like our 1D array is formed. Okay, so I think it is clear. Okay, so when we talk about how to make a 1D array in Java, so we have to just write it like int array, int like its data type name, 2D array sign, and new int rows number and column number. Okay, column number. This is one way to make our 1D array with the help of rows and column. And if you want to directly initialize your array, you can write it like that: 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the row numbers. Like you have initialized 3 arrays. These are the row numbers, and under these row numbers, you have 3 columns in every row. Okay, these are the row number 0, row number 1, row number 2, and these are the column 0, column 1, column 2 for every row. Okay, this is a way that you have when you are trying to create a 2D array with the help of your external row or external column, and this is a way to directly implement your 2D array with your default values. Okay, so when you're trying to make your array with your default values, you have to just signify your row number and column number. So when you try to make an array like this 1, 2, 3, this is one row. This is one row completely, and these are the columns. These are 3 columns. Like this 3, 4, 5. This is another one row. This is row number 0, row number 1. These are column 3, 4, and 5. Okay, like this. इसमें कोई डाउट है सिंटैक्स में? Okay. So I think from these 2 points you have a clear idea about what 2D array and how these are internally stored. Okay. Now we are going to see how to take inputs in 2D array and output or print something. So you need to use this compiler. I'm coding in an online compiler. I'm saying the link here. So just go to the link and start. And if you want to do with yourself with me, so you can code with me. Okay. See, for using the online compiler, you have to first import this import statement, because here we are going to use some scanner functions. So you need to import java.util star. So after that, like if you can't import this, you can't use scanner and other functions. Okay. So now we are going to make our 2D array, int array, new int. Okay, and we are going to make it externally, like in the firstly we'll tell system dot println, enter the no number. Then int row is equal to s dot. So first I have to make a scanner function to take input. Now dot next, and we have taken our input for our row number, and same for we have to do our for column number. Okay. So firstly, we have made a scanner function. A scanner function used in Java to take input from the user. Then we have printed a statement like enter the row number. Then we are taking our row input. Then we have printed enter the statement like enter the column number. Then we are taking our columns input. Now we will store here the values here, row and column. Okay. So with the help of these lines, we have made our 2D array. And now we need to take our inputs. So run a loop int I is equal to 0, I less than row I plus plus. Now take the columns input int j is equal to 0, j less than false, j plus plus. Okay. Now array of I comma j s dot next int. So here I'm coding in Java. If you want to do a continuous C++, you can code it. Like everything is same. You just need to change the syntax here. Okay, so scanner. I made my scanner function. Then I'm taking row number, column number. Then I made my array with the help of external row and columns. Then I'm taking row input, and row and columns are input as input. Okay. Now I'm going to print it. So for printing, we just need to write println system dot out dot println and array of I comma j. Put a space. Okay. See, first we have taken our inputs for our array, then we are printing it. Okay, we have imported import statement, scanner, dot next int, x dot next int. Okay, let's run it. Okay, so row number is 3, column number is also 3. Now we need to take our inputs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, this is our input. Wait, I will make out another print statement there, so it will be more clear. We'll again give input 3 rows, 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So these are the values of array 1, 2, 3. This is first row, 4, 5, 6, 7, second row, 7, 8, 9, third row. So if you have any doubt till now, so you can ask it out here. And if you want to code it, then you can code it along. Okay, no doubt. Okay, so now I will move to my next question, that is row wise sum or row wise sum. So suppose we have a given array here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Indexes are 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is a 3 cross 4 matrix, like, or you can say 2D array. Now we have to return the sum of the whole array. Okay, so we need to return the sum of the whole array. Can anyone tell me about the logic here? Here we need to return the sum of the whole array. S is equal to S plus array of I plus A. Okay, okay. And how we are going to move in this array? Like for here we just need to print the sum of the array. Like can I start with column first and row again? Row then can I start with start moving column first? Instead of moving with rows in starting, can I move with column for first? Yeah, one for I and one for J. ओके नो मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या हम रो को पहले हम क्या करते हैं, रो से स्टार्ट करते हैं फिर कॉलम पे जाते हैं ना, क्या मैं पहले यहाँ पे कॉलम पे स्टार्ट कर दूँ रो, मतलब अपना लूप कॉलम से स्टार्ट करूँ फिर रो पे जाऊँ, क्या ये पूछ रहा हूँ. ओके या निखिल इज राइट. व्हाट नो निखिल? Point 0 J. निखिल what are you saying? क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? The answer of that answer. Which question? Like second question. Like I am asked like can I start with column first? That one. No, it will work fine. Because here we are not talking about row wise sum, every row wise sum. Here we are just talking about the sum of the whole array. Like यहाँ पे हमें सिर्फ array का sum देना है. It doesn't matter ना कि हम कैसे move करें, कि row wise move करें या फिर column wise move करें. We just need to print the sum. It will matter when we need to print the sum for every row differently. Like हमें अलग अलग print करना हो, ठीक है. तो for this question it doesn't matter कि हम कैसे move करें, row wise move कर रहे हैं फिर column wise move कर रहे हैं. Okay, तो चलिए कर लेते हैं कोड इसको. तो यहाँ पे हमारा एरे प्रिंटेड है, इसको रहने देते हैं एंड सेकंड में इसका सम ले लेते हैं. ओके, तो मेक अ वेरिएबल int sum is equal to 0 और int I is equal to 0, I less than row I plus plus int j is equal to 0, j less than column j plus plus sum plus equal to of I comma j. At last we will print our sum. Three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, values are this and the whole sum of the array is 45. Okay, यहाँ तक तो clear होगा. Now when we talk about like the second question is this was the easy one and the second question was 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, same row, same column. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 7, 9, 20, 3, 21, 22, 20, 50, 60. Here I need to here I want the maximum row sum or maximum column sum. Okay, so you need to check whether a row has maximum sum in the given array, or whether it is whether a column has a maximum sum in the given array. Can anyone tell me about the logic? Like we just need to find the when we need to find in our given array which a row has a maximum sum or a column has a maximum sum. Okay, we just need to find a row has a maximum sum or a column has a maximum sum. Any one of you? हमें ये बताना है कि क्या हमारे एरे में किसी रो का सम मैक्सिमम है या फिर किसी कॉलम का सम मैक्सिमम है. Okay, somebody we have to check row wise sum and column wise sum. Yeah, can you tell me about the logic? No, Nikhil, this is a normal sum program. This is not a maximum or minimum. Okay. Yeah, you can open your mic. Don't need to write. If you want your mic open, then you can. Okay. See what we are going to do here. What we are going to do here. We will take two variables: maximum row sum, and we will initialize it with -1, or maximum column sum. We will also initialize it with -1. You can also take integer.min value in the case, but I am taking here in -1. It depends upon you what you're going to take, -1 or integer.min value. Okay, so we'll take two variables: maximum row sum or maximum column sum. We will move simply जैसे हमने like we have moved previously in our array for getting our sum. Okay, row column. No, Nikhil, this is not right. In this case also you have given me the sum of all the array, not row by sum. मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि सपोज यहाँ पे array है ना, तो ये इस रो का सम कुछ होगा. सपोज इस रो का सम 10 है. सपोज दिस इज नॉट राइट. सम इसका मान लो 20 है. इस कॉलम का सम कुछ और है. तो हमें हर कॉलम और हर रो के लिए अलग अलग चेक करना होगा. ठीक है, तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, पूरे array के लिए मुझे बता रहे हो. For one row we will iterate through all columns for row by sum. या ठीक है, कर सकते हैं ऐसा. ओके, चलिए देखते हैं क्या करते हैं. ठीक है, तो फॉर इन दिस क्वेश्चन वी आर गोइंग टू आइटरेट. मानसी ने सही कहा है कि वी आर गोइंग टू आइटरेट फॉर एवरी रो एंड फॉर एवरी कॉलम. Normally we will use our previous code like for sum. So firstly we will traverse our all array. Normally firstly we will do this question in two parts. First for max row sum, then second for maximum column sum. Firstly what we are going to do, we will traverse our array in the same directions, like row to column, which firstly we will go to row, then we are going to move in column. Okay, and we are maintain a variable maximum row sum. So we will move through all the rows one by one, and we will check for every row we will maintain a maximum row sum, and for this row we will make our sum, and after that, after completing this row, we will compare. If maximum row sum is less than this sum, then update the maximum row sum, like this. Firstly हमने क्या किया, firstly we will get this sum 1 2 3 plus 6 9 plus 7 15 16. This was 16. And suppose suppose in starting we have in our maximum row sum we have value -1. We will compare. Is -1 is less than 16? Yeah. So update our maximum row sum. That will 16. We will get on this row 5 4 9 plus 8. Okay, wait, give me a second. We will firstly have to write it through this row. Okay, so firstly we will iterate for this row, then we will go on this row. So this row sum in 9 8 7 17, For 21, 25, 26, this is 26. Now again, our max row sum is 16 at first, then we will again check our max row sum. That will be 16 is less than 26. Yeah, to update our max row sum. Now our max row sum is equal to 26. Now we will again move to this row 20, 21 like this, and we will get some sum here. Now we will again check for max row sum and update our max row sum. When we get maximum sum, then we will update our maximum row sum here. Now we will do this same for our column also. We will iterate a loop, like in this case we are iterating a loop with rows then column, but for getting our column sum we have to iterate a loop starting with column, then we will move to row. We will iterate a loop starting with column, then we will go its every row, like first 1, then 5, then 3, then 60, like this. Okay, so चलिए इसको कोड कर लेते हैं. So we have our arrays remedied. Let's comment it out. And can we need this? Yeah, we need input. We don't need this output. So now make our two variables int max row sum, that will be -1, int max col sum, that will be -1. Now for first we need to find, we will find maximum row sum. So max row sum. We will iterate our loop with starting with row. And now under that we will initialize the sum variable, because we need to check sum for every rows, not the whole array. Okay, so हमें क्या करना है कि हमें यहाँ पे sum check करना है हर रो का, ना कि पूरे array का. तो हमें हर रो के लिए अलग से एक sum variable को बनाना पड़ेगा every time. तो हम क्या करते हैं, इसको loop के अंदर बना लेंगे. तो जब भी loop चलेगा starting से, it will initialize our sum variable with 0. Okay, int j is equal to 0, j less than column j plus plus. Okay, now add our sum in this. After that, compare. After taking the sum of one row, now compare our max row function, max row value with our current sum value. If max row sum is less than sum, then update our max row sum. Okay, so what we have done here, we have normally traversed our array starting with loop, starting with row then column. We have maintained a sum variable under that loop, because we need to check for sum. We need to get sum for every row. So we need to initialize our sum variable 0 for every row, because we need to check sum for every row here. Now we are adding our sum values with their column values. Now we are comparing our maximum row sum like this, like our maximum row sum is less than or equal to our current row sum. Then if it is less than if our maximum row sum is less than our current sum, then update our maximum row sum. So this will be our maximum row sum. So print it here. So stop it. Okay. So now we have to do the same for our maximum column sum. So, but here we need to run our loop with starting with column. Same, initialize some variable here also. Run a loop on your rows. Now submit. Okay. I think here, अगर आपको यहाँ तक कोई डाउट है पूछ लो यार. If you have any doubt till now, you can ask in the chat. Okay, I have made this mistake here. I will change it to J. Can we take max row and max column sum as 0? Yeah, you can take, but it will be, I think it will be made it difficult when suppose no here you can take, because हमें हमारा जो भी वैल्यूज है वो मैक्स 0 से मैक्सिमम तो होगा ही. Yeah, you can take max row and maximum value as 0. You can take, no problem. Okay, so यहाँ तो कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो. Now we are going to move ahead. I think it will be clear. Okay, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे कंपेयर कर लेंगे. If max column sum is less than our sum, then update my max column sum. तो change it also column sum कर लो इसका. Yes. Have a look on it. तो हमने क्या किया, हमें मैक्स कॉलम सम निकालना है. तो वी हैव रन आवर लूप विद फ्रॉम कॉलम्स. ओके, वी हैव रन आवर लूप फ्रॉम कॉलम्स और नाउ वी आर गेटिंग गोइंग टू एवरी रो. ओके, ठीक है. हम उसके हर रो पे जा रहे हैं कॉलम के लिए. ठीक है. एंड उसमें रो में मैक्स रो में क्या किया, वी हैव स्टार्टेड आवर लूप फ्रॉम रो एंड नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू इट्स एवरी कॉलम. And after getting the sum of every row or every column, we are comparing it with our maximum row or maximum column variable. And if our maximum row or maximum column sum is less than our current sum or current row sum or current column sum, we are updating our maximum row or maximum column sum. Okay, तो एक बार रन करते हैं इसको. I think कोई error ना हो, compilation error. Okay, line number 59. Okay, column sum is नहीं है. And और कुछ है क्या? C2. Okay. Row number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. P. What is written here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maximum row sum is 24. That will be this. And maximum column sum is 18. That will be this. See, maximum row sum is 24. Column sum is 18. तो ये हमारा मैक्सिमम रो यार. आप यहीं से देख लो कि इस वैल्यू सबसे ज्यादा इसी में लास्ट रो में वैल्यू है, तो वैल्यू सबसे ज्यादा है तो मैक्सिमम रो सम 24 है. एंड लास्ट कॉलम है जो हमारा सबसे उसमें जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यूज है, मतलब सबसे ग्रेटर वैल्यूज है, तो इसलिए हमारा मैक्सिमम रो एंड मैक्सिमम कॉलम सम यहाँ पे आ रहा है. ठीक है. तो अगर इस प्रोग्राम में किसी को डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क हियर. What if max? What if maximum matrix contain negative integers? Negative. अगर if our matrix contain negative integer, then it depends ना. Suppose if 1, 2, 3, -1, 0, 2, -1, 0, -1, then this will be our answer. Okay. No, if all the elements are negative. Wait a second. No, okay. चलिए देख लेते हैं उसको भी. -1 -1 -1 -1 -1 -1 -1 -1 -1 तो कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. Okay, so we need to handle this case. Okay, so if our max row sum is negative, then we need to print return, then we need to return -1. So after, in this case we will tell कि in our matrix there is no max row or max column sum, because our matrix contain our matrix doesn't contain any positive value, so we can't give we can't return you any maximum row or maximum column sum. This is edge case that you're talking about. Okay, this is edge case that you're talking about. So but यार यहाँ पे क्या होगा ना कि in the question you have given that क्वेश्चन में आपको लिखा होगा, इन क्वेश्चन यू हैव गिवन दैट योर मैट्रिक्स वैल्यू शुड बी ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0. ओके, so you can't just defaultly apply -1 in all the values. It will be written in the question that your all constraints that in the given matrix your all the values should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, any other doubt? Okay, yeah, Mansi, in the question you have written in the constraint that your matrix value should be greater than or equal to 0. अगर वो नेगेटिव होगा तो they are mentioned about that. ठीक है, तो we have till now we have solved 2 questions, I think 2 or 3 questions, like row sum, column sum, maximum row sum, row wise sum, maximum row, maximum column sum. Okay, and one more question is there, that is wave print. And what is wave print? Give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So see, our next question is wave print. See, suppose we have a given array. Suppose we have given a array 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you need to print the array in this form, like first this, then this, then this. First 1, 5, 9, then 10, 6, 2, 3, 7, 11, then 12, 8, 4. This is the output. Can anyone tell me what the logic here? Like if you're getting any idea. If we write it again, output. Like what you think? आपको क्या समझ, कुछ भी समझ में आ रहा है यार, बता दो वहाँ पे क्या समझ में आ रहा है. If column is odd, iterated from top, else. Okay, wait a second. Let me इसको लिख लूँ. 1, 4, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 7, 11, 12, 8, 4. Okay. Okay, you are seeing the column is odd, iterated from top, else from bottom. Okay. And how and यहाँ पे हम कैसे मूव करने वाले हैं, from row wise और column wise? Row wise, confirm. Yeah, we are going to move here column wise, because if we move here column row wise, then we are getting this value, these values as first, but we need these values, not row values. Stanso, it's clear? देखो यार, यहाँ पे अगर हम रो वाइज मूव करेंगे तो अगर हम रो वाइज मूव करेंगे तो ऐसे मूव होगा ना. पहले वी विल गेट 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, बट वी डोंट वांट दीज वैल्यू, वी वांट दीज वैल्यूज 1, 5, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 7, 11, 4, 8, 12. ओके, सो हियर वी नीड टू मूव कॉलम वाइज, नॉट रो वाइज. एंड क्या लॉजिक क्या होगा इसका? Like anybody can tell me what the logic here, like how we are going to iterate here. please tell me about some of the edge cases here also. And यार कुछ edge cases बताना जो कि मैंने I think I have left some of the edge cases in previous questions also. तो लाइक 2 मिनट है, सोचो यार, प्लीज 2 मिनट सोच लो पहले, फिर डिस्कस करते हैं इसको. Try to solve it on your own first, then we are going to discuss. And also think some of the edge cases, like किस case, like in which case our code will fail, it will not work. I don't think there is any edge case. Yeah, there is a edge case. There is a edge case. Suppose our array size is 0. We don't have any. We have array of size 0 and size of 0. Then what we have to do here? We have to check it now. Before writing any code in our code, in our program here, we need to check like if our array has some value or not. So if you try to submit this question code on CodeStep or Codeforces without getting this, like whenever you try to submit any array question without checking this value, like if your array is, if अगर वो कंस्ट्रेंट मिसिंग नहीं है, मतलब मेंशन नहीं है कि अगर साइज 0 से बड़ा होगा ही, तो यू नीड टू चेक कि अगर उसका साइज 0 से बड़ा है तभी होगा यार वो. तो फर्स्टली यू हैव टू चेक यार इफ array dot length is less than equal to 0, then return. You don't have to do anything here. You just need to return from there. तो फिर लूप ब्रेक हो जाएगा, या तो फिर लूप ब्रेक हो जाएगा एंड उसमें क्या होगा कि आई थिंक एरर आ जाएगा, रन टाइम एरर आ जाएगा, बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव एनी एलिमेंट ना, यू डोंट हैव एनी एलिमेंट इन योर एरे एंड यू आर रनिंग अ लूप. आपके एरे में कुछ है ही नहीं है, लाइक यू आर रनिंग अ लूप ऑन अ एम्प्टी एरे, यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग इन योर एरे एंड यू आर रनिंग अ लूप ऑन इट. ओके चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं इसको यार. देखो यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं ना कि वी विल ये तो कंफर्म है कि फ्रॉम हियर वी नीड टू रन अ लूप विद ऑन इट्स कॉलम. फ्रॉम हियर वी नीड टू रन अ लूप ऑन इट्स कॉलम, देन we will run a loop on every column, then on every column we will again move on its row. We will run a loop from column, then we will move at its rows. ठीक है, तो we will firstly move on this column, we will firstly move on this column, we will print 1 5 9. This is odd. Okay, what is, we will maintain a I value. See, when we run our column loop, this will be for int I is equal to 0, I less than column, then I plus plus. So at first we are here, our I value is 0 and we are here, so we will check if our I modulo 2 is it 0. अगर ये 0 है मतलब even है, तो we will print in the same order like 1 5 9. and इसके बाद what we are going to do, if we check if our I modulo 2 doesn't equal to 0, not equal to 0 means if we are here, our I value is 1 and our I modulo 2 is not equal to 0, then we have to print from its bottom 10 6 2. So in this case we just need to change the for loop conditions, like from here we will run a loop int j is equal to row minus 1 grid I j greater than equal to 0 and j plus plus. Okay, let me tell you again. See, firstly we will move on this row this column 159 and we will print it 159. We will check our if our I value is even, then print in the say in the normal order, like for int j is equal to 0, j less than row, and j plus plus. Then it will normally print 159. Now we will our for loop will move again. Our I value becomes 1, and now we will move on this column. Our I value is 1 here. So we will check if our I modulo 2 is not equal to 0. Like we are not on the even row. We are at the odd column. Sorry, odd column. So in this case, when we are going to a odd column from a even column, we need to change its order. For in this case, we need to print print our rows in the bottom of order. So here we are going to run a loop in j is equal to row minus 1 till j greater than equal to 0 and j minus minus, and here we will print our values. यहाँ पे कोई डाउट है? मतलब यहाँ पे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया मैं क्या बोला ऐसा? If you have any doubt, clearly you can ask her. क्लियर है यहाँ तक कि कैसे मूव करना है, ऑड इवन कैसे मेंटेन कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे? अगर ये पहला वाला ऑड है तो नॉर्मली प्रिंट करना है, सॉरी इवन है तो नॉर्मली प्रिंट करना है. अगर ऑड हो रहा है तो वी जस्ट नीड टू चेंज आवर लूप सिंटेक्स. वहाँ पे क्या करो, लूप में जो कंडीशन है उसको उल्टा कर दो. मतलब अगर आप पहले स्टार्टिंग से प्रिंट कर रहे थे, अब बॉटम से प्रिंट करना स्टार्ट कर दो. पहले 159 फिर 1062, बस ये कर दो. लास्ट रो से स्टार्ट करो, टॉप रो तक चले जाओ. ठीक है, कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो यार. No doubt, okay. ठीक है बट चलो कोड करते हैं इसको. And here we need to maintain here in this for this question we will take this input 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay. So let me remove this and we will make our row code 4 row 4 plus 4. Okay. Div print. So normally just run a loop, for loop from your column. We need to run a loop from our column, not from row, because we need to print our column in the ascending or descending order, like or in odd even order you can say. So run a loop in from these columns. Int I is equal to 0, I less than columns I plus plus. Okay. Then check if your I value is even, I modulo 2 double equals to 0. Then normally print, then you have to print your normal row wise, then run a normal row wise loop. 0 j less than row j plus plus. Okay, and normally print your values. Array of I comma j, sorry j comma I, we need to first print the row values now. J comma I, then space. Okay. हमने क्या किया, हमने अपने लूप चलाया एक अपने कॉलम पे, वहां पे चेक कर लिया अगर कि हमारी आई की वैल्यू इवन है तो नॉर्मली प्रिंट करना है, नॉर्मल टॉप से बॉटम प्रिंट करना है. तो नॉर्मली इफ आई मॉडुलो 2 डबल इक्वल टू 0, वी हैव रन आवर लूप फ्रॉम int j इक्वल टू 0 टू लेस देन रोज एंड j प्लस प्लस. ओके, एंड वी हैव प्रिंटेड आवर एरे j कॉमा i. एंड नाउ अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो फिर क्या करना है उस केस में? ऐसे चलाना है, बॉटम में चलाना है. नहीं, अगर ऐसा नहीं है तो फिर क्या करेंगे, बॉटम अप चलाएंगे. ठीक है, चला लेते हैं. else if I modulo 2 not equals to 0, then run a loop bottom up for int j is equal to row minus 1 J greater than equal to 0, J minus minus. Now print here. dot print array comma j comma I and this column same. ठीक है, तो देख लो यार कोड देख लो, हमने क्या किया, हमने अपने कॉलम से लूप चलाया एक, उसके बाद हमने देखा कि हमारा अगर फर्स्ट कॉलम है, मतलब फर्स्ट कॉलम क्या, फर्स्ट कॉलम को इवन कॉलम बोल रहे हैं, अगर इवन कॉलम है तो टॉप टू बॉटम प्रिंट कर दो, तो वी हैव रन आवर लूप इन आवर रोज एंड हम उसको क्या कर रहे हैं, टॉप टू बॉटम प्रिंट कर रहे हैं। सेकंड में क्या किया कि अगर हमारा इवन कॉलम नहीं है, ऑड कॉलम है वो, ठीक है, तो एक उल्टा लूप चलाओ, मतलब बॉटम टू टॉप लूप चलाओ एंड उसको प्रिंट कर दो। ठीक है, तो चलो देखते हैं यार इसको रन करके। आई थिंक कोई एरर ना हो, सिंटैक्टिकल एरर नहीं है। वी नीड टू टेक अ 4x4 मैट्रिक्स हियर, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, I think I made this mistake here. फिर से रन करते हैं इसको। इनपुट क्या था, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12। ओके, 3x4 था ये, I made it 4x4, 3x4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. See, max row sum is 42, max column sum is 424, way print 159. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. This is 159 159 10 10 6 2 3 7 11 12 8 4. ठीक है, यहाँ तो कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो। We are getting our correct output. If you have any doubt here till now, you can ask. We just need to maintain our odd even order and कुछ नहीं है इसके बाद। यहाँ पे सिर्फ हमें अपने ऑड और इवन ऑर्डर मेंटेन करने हैं अपने एरे में, कि कैसे रन करेंगे, कैसे मूव करेंगे ऑड इवन। ठीक है, तो यही था इस क्वेश्चन में। कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ लो यार, एंड कोड करना है तो कोड भी कर लो साथ में। नहीं है कोई डाउट, सही है पूरा। ओके, तो यार दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम टुडे सेशन। आज इतना ही था। एंड मैं क्या करूँ, कुछ आई विल शेयर सम क्वेश्चंस, लाइक इसके बाद कुछ क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। स्पाइरल प्रिंट, ये अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, स्पाइरल प्रिंट, एंड 1 और 2 क्वेश्चंस है। आई विल शेयर द क्वेश्चंस ऑन टेलीग्राम ग्रुप, वहाँ पे सॉल्व कर लेना। एंड अगर कोई डाउट है तो वहाँ पे पूछ लेना। ठीक है, आशुतोष और सुप्रिया कोई है यहाँ पे? हेलो,
Yes, I'm here.
या आई एम डन।
All right. So, in case if you guys have any doubt, then please ask and drop your doubts in the comment box. Abhiraj sir will be answering all your doubts here.
या इफ यू हैव एनी अदर डाउट रिगार्डिंग दिस सेशन, कुछ अलग डाउट है यार तो वो पूछ सकते हो आप। ओके, नो डाउट सर। ओके निशा, थैंक्स। So Supriya, I think I'm done, and now you can continue.
All right. So I think that's all for today's session. And Abhiraj sir will be sharing the related questions, the 2D array related questions into the Telegram group. So be active there, and don't forget to drop your doubts in the Telegram group as well. And all right. Let's end the today's session. And if you guys have any doubt, just ask, or you may leave the session now.
Hello.
Yeah, Rohit, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I have one doubt. Like how I have doubt other than the subject, ma'am. Like how to start with competitive coding. What is the right path to start with the?
Okay, so your question is how to start with competitive coding. Yeah, uh, yesterday you asked me the same question, right?
Yes, ma'am. You told you tell today.
Yeah, okay. So, Abhiraj sir, would you like to answer this question that many of us have a doubt that how can we start competitive coding, and if and from where, and like what are the resources we should follow?
Yeah,
So
sure,
if
sure.
yeah,
So Rohit, I think firstly you need to clear your basics and you need to master DS algo, because without doing data structure algorithm you can't move to competitive coding, because you will face lots of difficulties. Firstly, you need to know about time and space complexities. There are lots of algorithm, graph algorithm, DP there. So firstly you need to make clear of your basics and data structure algorithm. Then you can move to CPA, because without doing data structures on basic coding you can't just move to competitive programming. So from my suggestion, first complete your data structure in a good way, then you can move to computer programming, because it will be more difficult for you to compete there. Because one more thing, your maths should be good, yeah. Because whenever you solve a computer programming question, you need to very clear on your maths concept, because there are lots of in I think in every question you have to use some math concepts there, like probability, statistics. Okay, so from my suggestion, first complete your basic coding, then move to data structure algorithm, then move to computer programming. Without doing data structure and basic coding, just don't move to CP, because it will be more difficult for you and you will get demotivated there. Okay. And resources we will talk about, there are lots of channels YouTube you can follow. Web coding, there are coding India channels. Geek4 is also a channel there, so you can follow. And if you want to read articles, there are different websites like Geek4 Geeks, Interview with Tutorial Point. And for CP tutorial, I can say you can read hacker discussions have a lot more PDFs. I think not PDF. They have tutorials on how to learn recursion, DP. So they have complete list of topics, and they all have discussed there in a great way, so you can learn from there. And you can also follow Geek Police. They have all the tutorials there on YouTube channel also, and in written also. So Rohit, I think you are clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
all right. If any other student have any doubt, you can ask, or you may leave the session now.